I don't think I really choose what my films are about, especially for this film. I think I wrote the film out of necessity. Mm-hmm. I felt I couldn't move forward without dealing with these two topics. I guess I find them quite universal. I think life is a lot about both love and loss. But it's not. I'm not. I've not been dealing with them just because I thought they were universal. I mean, I think a lot of things can be universal, and I'm not dealing with them. It's just that at some point of my life, I made the experience of living these two moments that are very opposite at the same time. And I wanted to make a film to figure out if there is a meaning to that, and if there is a secret dialogue between, as you just said, love and loss. And I do think actually that when you are confronted to the illness of somebody you love, your parents, your father, for instance, and this illness I'm depicting in the film is a very cruel one, I think, because it's also because it's long, and the character loses not only his physical capacity, but also his spirit. And for somebody who has been so much into books, it's very cruel. And I think when you experience that and all the pains that come with that, you feel even more need of loving and of giving and of feeling your body. And that's what I try to tell with this film. Sandra is here for her father. She takes care of him. She suffers from watching him suffer so much, but at the same time she also needs to escape this suffering. She needs to live her own life. She needs to feel herself alive, basically. And that's part of why this encounter with the man and this new love and this hope of, of a rebirth and this rediscovery of her bodies means so much, because it's a way of feeling herself alive again. And I wanted to tell about this complex relationship we have with loss, where we can feel a huge empathy and suffer with somebody who we love and who is disappearing. And at the same time, we also need, and that's human, even if it's the cruelty of life, we need to feel ourselves alive also. And the film is also about that.
I mean, after, I feel that it's, like, for example, I don't like to talk with the director, like, let's talk about the character, so what do you think of that? Because I like when it stays a mystery. And I think you have to keep, as an actor, you have to keep your own, your secrets. And there are, like, many things. Sometimes when I read a script, there is, it's a bit abstract, at first. I'm like, okay, where, I try to understand, and then there is like a line, or there's a scene in the script, and I'm like, okay, now I get the character, I understand everything, like I understand the whole film. It's very and it happened to me quite many times, and it's amazing when it happens. And I have to say that for this character, there was a few moments where I was, okay, that's everything is in that sentence, and so yeah, I there are there are moments in that film where I'm really I don't know how to say that, but I'm overwhelmed, And I love that. I love that feeling when I know that I've understood something, and that I will then play the role. And that's my secret. I don't want to tell the director.
Yes, I felt a lot of empathy for Sandra, obviously, although I mean, I do feel empathy for all the characters in my films, in my previous films, even though if they were male or an older woman, it's not only because she's like my age and has the same kind of life that I have. It's not only because of that I felt empathy, but I had been through this, and I think there are moments of our life where we go through this moment to this where we experience this craziness and this opposition of feelings that we experience at the same time, and it makes you feel close to death, close to life. It's very intense, and I needed to try to find a meaning to that. So yes, I felt a huge empathy for Sandra while I was working on the script. And I think why I did that at that specific moment also is because I had the feeling if I don't do it right now when I wrote it, I will never find the strength later. And I'm very glad that I found the energy. Because it was a little bit scary to me to confront, it's a way, going back to these hospitals and these like nursing homes where I had spent so much time. There was something a little bit masochist in a way, but I thought I have to do it now because once it will be gone, I will not want to look back. Right. And I felt it was the last moment where I could actually look back and really make a film out of it. Otherwise, it will just vanish. And I didn't want it to vanish. I wanted to keep a trace of it.
In a way, I mean, even if I feel that it's me, there is like a path, if I can say. Like there is like I need to go towards the character, But even if the character is me, I need to have empathy for the character, even if I play with my own emotions, And when I have this empathy, it's the best feeling, because suddenly it's like it becomes clear in a way. And then when your thoughts are clear, it's just easier, because then you are like, okay, I know where this character is going, her intentions, and you need to understand that, I think, when you act. And it happened to me. Like I've had moments where I was like, no, I think there's something I don't get, I don't understand, and it's very uncomfortable. But I mean, it happens, But for Sandra, I have to say that I was very, very touched by the film, by the story, and also because it's based on Mia's own life, her life, and just I was immediately like in this empathy, and I felt when I was filming, when I was on set, I felt that I was her. I was Sandra,